Yo guys, and welcome to this video here covering the fourth match of the North American Regional Playoffs. We're here with NRG versus G2, just over a minute into game one of our first semi-final here. Chicago looking to take the ball out of his own back corner. Justin looking to press forward here, gets an interception. G2, it's their first series of the day, whereas NRG, they already played the Sonics and they absolutely destroyed them, so they're looking to continue off that win as the ball now looks to be taken out there by JNUT's 50s, perfectly across over to Justin, who puts this one in, and NRG continue where they left off against the Sonics. It's a great finish by Justin. Garrett with a perfect 50 on this ball from JNAPS. JNAPS needing to do better with that ball there, gets challenged too easily, doesn't do anything to beat Garrett, and Rizzo expecting his teammate to do better, never going to get round for this ball. It's a perfectly placed, well controlled finish by Justin into the far corner. Perfect mechanics, and NRG strike first in game one. Not long after then, hitting this ball in the G2 back corner. Again, Chicago leaves it for J-Nuts, but Garrett just takes it off him. Justin's in the middle again, beats Rizzo, and on the follow-up, Garrett puts it in. Garrett and Justin linking up really nicely here for NRG at the moment. Just faster to the ball than G2. G2 just not reacting to this. J-Nuts thinking he's going to have more time there, and Garrett just popping it round him into the middle. Justin then quicker to react to this ball than Rizzo, gets it up over him. It's a really smart play that, because it takes Rizzo out of the game. If you try and shoot that ball on net, Rizzo would have just come up with the block there, and then off the drop down, bounces out, and Chicago can't come up with a touch. He doesn't make the read, and Garrett follows in, waiting for him to miss, rolls that ball home there with no boost, and NRG double their advantage. NRG now on the attack again then here, just continuing this pressure as this ball's launched towards the G2 back wall here, bounces up high in the middle. A double commit from G2 will leave them exposed on the back foot. Pass from Garrett over to Justin, who makes it 3-0 for NRG. This double commit from G2 so costly, especially as they don't even win the challenge. If you double commit and don't win, it's basically a certain goal for the other team. Tarapol's just positioning his car perfectly as James and Chicago both jump for this ball. Chicago tries to bail on his aerial, but it's too late. They're in 3-on-1 against Rizzo here, and Garrett, such a clever play to pop this ball up behind Rizzo and leave him in an awkward position here, and Justin just gets up, taps it in behind him there. Rizzo can't make the save, and it's 3-0 NRG. Just over a minute left to go now, and G2 looking to respond here as they're finally starting up some offense as they look to push NRG in their own back corner here, but they need to react to this pressure from NRG. They just can't deal with them at the moment. They're too slow to the ball, and as Chicago looks to push in here, he accidentally hits it into JNAPS, and Turbo's now in on the counter. Garrett steals it on the goal line, getting his second goal of the game. So unlucky for G2 there, as they were looking to finally start some offense, and Chicago just looking to take it into the corner, hitting it straight into JNAPS, who was just looking to rotate out. That's why when you rotate out, you make sure 100% that you are out the way of the line of the ball. There's no risk of it hitting you, and if it does, like it happens here, you're always at risk on the counter. And Turbo, even with no boost, just keeps going, flipping this one in. Garrett stealing it on the goal line there, just wanting that extra goal to pad his stats. But NRG, after that absolute domination in game one, it finishes 4-0, so they're now 1-0 up in the series. Into game two, they're now in JNAPS here, in control of this ball in the NRG back corner as G2 look to bounce back after that game one loss here. but it's well challenged by Justin, who's then looking to take it downfield, beat Chicago, one-on-one with Rizzo, no boost, just hit it over the top of him there. NRG just picking up where they left off, G2 just diving into challenges, too slow to the ball, and Justin has the mechanics to beat them with clever plays, and then he's always gonna take his opportunity when it comes to him. Rizzo just slightly too far downfield there, not enough boost to get back, and as it's hit over the top of him, he can't come up with any touch. It's a great shot from Justin, and it's 1-0 NRG in game 2. The ball now is high up in the midfield here. Completely loose players from both teams looking to challenge for this ball here. But it's Garrett that beats Rizzo to the ball. Justin on the far, beats Chicago. Has he got the double touch? Yes, he has. Complete style there from Justin. It's a classic Justin goal. Pure mechanics of the highest quality there. But G2, they're still just too slow to the ball at the moment. They've got to change up their play style after this game. They're just trying to play the counter to NRG style, and it's not working. They've just got to play their own style of Rocket League if they're going to get back into this series. But they've also got to find a way to be much faster, because they're getting beat to all these challenges. They've got to start winning some of them, otherwise NRG is just going to continue to dominate. But that's just pure quality from Justin, an incredible double touch, and NRG double their advantage. Exactly 1 minute left to go now as this ball's just launched downfield here by G2, but they give up possession as Garrett takes control, can't come up with a touch there. Justin on the back wall, but it falls to Garrett, who slams it home, pretty much sealing the game here for NRG. If Justin had any boost here, we might have been able to see an incredible goal on this tight angle, but he didn't have any boost to get back to the touch. However, Jnaps there on the wall was expecting him to come out with a touch, so when he doesn't, falls out to Garrett, and there's no one following up on that ball for G2, so it allows Garrett a free shot here. You have to deal with this ball much earlier. Don't give up possession too easily, as well as they did when they handed the ball to Garrett in the midfield, and Garrett punishes them there with a great shot from close range, sealing the game for NRG. It finishes 3-0, and they're now 2-0 up in the series. We're into game 3 then now, and G2 at this point surely have to change up their play style then here as the ball's high in the midfield. Garrett looking to push forward here, but Rizzo beats into the ball. It's a great drop and pass over to Chicago. Infield to James. Has he got the finish? Yes, he has. Perfectly placed. Top right hand corner. So much better from G2. Winning challenges, as I said, faster than NRG players to the ball. Exactly what they needed to do. And then the passing plays. This is what we expect to see from G2. It's a great pass from Rizzo over to Chicago. Chicago then infield over to Turbo Pulsar, to Jnaps, who's got a one-on-one with Turbo Pulsar and just flicks it past him into the top right hand corner there. It's a perfect finish, and G2 strike first in game 3. G2 then trying to build momentum here after getting the lead in this game. Rizzo's on the attack, carrying the ball towards the NRG net here with lots of boost to work with. Can't find a shot, but Taro just pops it straight up in the air. Jnaps drops it down in front of net, and Chicago puts this one home, doubling G2's advantage here. It's great offensive play, just getting players to jump at the ball for NRG, use up their boost, make them panic on defense, and it's great play by Jnaps here, just first to the ball, beating out Justin there for speed and getting a great drop down hit on the net there. And Chicago ready and waiting, low on boost, but coming in, got the momentum to follow up and double G2's advantage. Straight in off the kickoff then here, and this ball just bouncing into the G2 back corner. Jnaps looking to take control, but Justin pushing in early, puts this one home. The immediate response here for NRG. Great play by Justin. Makes this read absolutely perfectly off the back wall. Janeups not expecting it to bounce like that. Gets beaten for pace. And Rizzo in net here, absolutely stranded. Low on boost. Nothing he can do. Not in a position to come up with a touch there. It's a great response for NRG straight after conceding, and they cut the lead in half. The ball now high up on the side wall, loose then here. J-Naps and Justin both looking to push forward this ball, but it's J-Naps that gets there first. Rizzo looking for a bump, can't find it, but on the follow, Chicago rolls this ball home here, restoring G2's 2-goal lead in game 3. Then here, another high ball loose in the midfield, just like we had in game 2, but this time it's the G2 player that's winning out here. G2 have reacted to the speed that NRG are playing at and have upped their own. Rizzo looking for this bump here, so close to getting it, but because he's pressuring Garrett, it forced him into a weak save, and Chicago coming in on the follow-up, rolls this ball in target, and Rizzo there actually gets a slight piece of Tower Pulsar off your screen, stopping him getting back to this ball. It's great play by Rizzo there to cause the chaos on defense for NRG. Well played by J-Naps in Chicago, and G2 restore their 2-goal lead. Just 17 seconds left now as G2 are looking to see this one out here and get their first game win of the series. This ball just launched towards the NRG net. Garrett looking to get up here, but gets dunked on by Chicago, and on the follow-up, J-Naps puts in the 4 for G2. Absolutely sealing off this one here for G2. It's a great dunk by Chicago, just reading Garrett's touch absolutely perfectly, positioning his car well there, and then Janup's just first to the ball, beating out Justin here, coming in, slamming it home into the roof of the net, and it's 4-1. NRG at this point then here just pushing forward, looking for a consolation goal, but J-Nuts beats Justin to the ball, and on the counter-attack now G2 go. Rizzo gets a good touch, well saved by Tower Pulsar. On the follow-up, Chicago looking for the double, finds it there. The 0-second buzzer beater to just rub salt in the wounds there of NRG. That would have been a fantastic goal by Rizzo. It's a great clearance though by Tower Pulsar. However, the demo just leaves him back by himself on no boost. He's got 3 incoming players to deal with, and Chicago just getting the double touch here, just bouncing it and rolling his car around to get back to it, put it in the top corner there, finish off NRG, and it's G2 make it 2-1 now in the series. Into game 4 then here, and J-Naps looking to take this ball forward for G2 just under 30 seconds in, but he's challenged by Garrett here, bounces down into the midfield, the miss from Rizzo, Chicago beaten by Justin, who has the double touch there, puts in the first goal here for NRG in game 4, but that's a very costly mistake by Rizzo, just the clean whiff on that ball. And then Chicago, trying to bail him out, gets beaten to it by Justin. It's his first to react. This has been a series all about speed and who's winning the challenges. And Justin winning that one there and then finishing it off beautifully with an incredible double touch. And it's NRG that strike first in game 4. NRG looking to get onto the attack again then here and bounce back after that game 3 loss and restore the dominance they had in games 1 and 2. But this ball's popped up by Tower Pulsar where J-Naps takes control. The demo from Rizzo opens up the net and he puts this ball home here. Great play from Rizzo. Chicago gets demoed by Justin, and J-Naps intended this pass for him, but Rizzo just taking Tower Pulsar off the backfield opens up the net entirely. So I think it was Garrett he took out there, which was great play because it just means he can turn with an open net and roll this ball home. Demos are so effective if you can use them right, and Rizzo's so good at timing them perfectly, and G2 equalise. Justin now in control of this ball here above his own goal, looking to take it out of defence here. Chicago gets a good challenge, popping it infield where Rizzo beats out Tower Pulsar and slams this ball in off the underside of the bar there. for G2. Justin just hitting that ball slightly too far, losing control of it. Not what you want to do. You got to have follow-up touch, not give away possession inside your own half. It's so costly as Chicago plays a brilliant infield pass. Taro Polster just gets beaten to this ball by Rizzo, who's ready and waiting in the perfect position, and Garrett stands absolutely no chance on the goal line. It's a brilliant shot, perfectly placed with so much power. G2 then just happy to sit on this lead till the end of game 4, so they make it 2-2 in the series. As we move into game 5 now, then this one's set to be a very crucial one in the series. Whoever takes this is on match point and has a very good advantage. And we start off here just under a minute in. A long clear coming out from Taro Polster. Rizzo can only extend it onto his own back wall. The brilliant pass from Garrett over to Justin, and he finishes it off. It's NRG the strike first here in this very crucial game in the series. Rizzo probably not getting the hit he wanted there, probably wanting to put that back out into the corner, because that hit goes straight into another danger area. J-Naps coming in around on the back wall, expecting a shot. Chicago ready in net for a shot. No one cutting off this passing lane. It's a brilliant pass from Garrett over to Justin, who just slams this ball into the far corner there, out of the reach of any defenders. Garrett and Justin linking up really nicely for NRG. G2 have to find a way to stop these two, as it's 1-0 NRG in game 5. Garrett now pushing forward on this ball in the G2 back corner here. Gets to the ball first, hits it up towards Justin. He can't quite get this one in, but on the far, Taro Polster well saved by J-Naps, but it goes in anyway there. Brilliant offensive pressure from NRG. G2 just slow to the ball, unable to handle it. Nobody challenging Garrett, then nobody challenging Justin here until Chicago comes up with good save on the goal line. However, he can only put it straight back out into a danger area. G2 just not dealing with this ball at any point. Justin looking for the bump on J-Naps. He gets the bump. J-Naps does well to even get a touch on that ball, but it goes in anyway, just bouncing over the goal line there, and it's NRG that double their advantage. G2 now looking to mount a comeback then here to get back into this crucial game 5, as Chicago is carrying the ball forward, but it's pinched all the way downfield there. Rizzo is waiting though, picks a pass over to Chicago. His shot just wide, but on the follow-up, Rizzo puts this one in here. Almost an immediate response for G2 then here. It's an absolute boomer of a clear by Taro Polster, but there's nobody following up for NRG. They just invite the pressure, sit back. Chicago just waiting in the back corner. Gets found with a brilliant pass from Rizzo. His shot just wide. Justin, thinking it was in, dived at it there, and once it bounces off the post, Rizzo just coming in, able to slam it home and cut the lead in half. Not long after then here, and this ball rolling around the wall towards the NRG back corner here. Rizzo pushing in, it pinches straight out into the middle. J-Naps shot is just high. Chicago on the follow-up places it brilliantly here, getting the equaliser for G2. NRG getting those 2-goal leads, and that 2-goal lead zone just releasing the pressure here. Not what you want to do. You want to keep it going, because once they allow G2 on offense, their offense is so good. J-Naps should do so much better with this shot. I'm sure he would like this one again. You'd expect him to put that away, but Chicago on the far. Look at this for placement and control. Deliberately hits it slowly and into the one part of that net there where it will go in. The fact he hits it slowly means it goes under the defenders, diving across there, and it's just out of the reach of all of them with that placement. Brilliant finish by Chicago there, and G2 equalise. Game 5 then going to overtime then here. This next goal going to be absolutely crucial in this series. Both teams have had lots of opportunities so far in this overtime, as we're 2 minutes and 9 seconds in. But which team will get the winning goal? It's G2 on the attack here. Rizzo bouncing it off the back wall. Garrett's clear weak and picked off by Jnaps, who then hits it across over to Chicago, who finishes it off here for G2, getting them the Game 5 winning goal here. Brilliant play by Jnaps. It's a wonderful infield pass. These two linking up perfectly here. Chicago ready and waiting at the near post. Slams it in past the defender, diving across. It's a classic G2 infield pass goal. They take Game 5 and now have the lead in the series 3-2. Just 16 seconds then into Game 6, hitting this ball loose in the NRG back corner here. Justin looks to take control of it, but it only pops it up to Jnaps, who comes in, slams this ball home here off the follow-up of his own touch, probably for this original ball was going in. It's a great hit coming in off the wall. Justin, unlike him, usually so good at keeping control of the ball, just popped it up into a really dangerous area, and Jnaps coming in, so unlucky that first one doesn't go in, but he's ready and waiting on the follow-up. It falls nicely to him, and he taps it home there, just capitalising on that mistake from Justin, and it's G2 that strike first in Game 6. Not long after then, here and NRG looking for an immediate response as Justin looks to take control here. However, it bounces off into the midfield. Tyler Pulser's shot well saved by Chicago, but the follow-up from Justin put straight in there. He immediately makes up for his mistake here. It's a good save by Chicago, and rotating around there was Rizzo. He's meant to be in there, but he just gets demoed out of the play here. Such a great play to just take him off the field and open up the net for Justin. Exactly what you want. G2 has started going for demos with Rizzo, so NRG responding with demos. It's great to see teams adapting. It's what makes such a close series, and NRG equalise. We have just over half of the game left to go now as Chicago looks to push Garrett in his own back corner here. Garrett takes it round him, but on the follow-up is James. It pops out for Rizzo, looking for the double touch. He finds it, restoring G2's lead here in Game 6 as they look to close out this series. It's a good 50 by Jnaps. Garrett also wouldn't be too disappointed with that 50, but his teammates are just sitting back in there. There's no one out there to help him following up, and Rizzo, it's a great hit deliberately, not putting it on net, putting it wide. Tyler Pulser went up, blocking the goal, so it goes around him, and then Justin, it's such a hard read for him in net, he can't come up with anything, and Rizzo drops that ball home, and G2 restore their lead. Justin now looking to go off the ceiling here with 45 boost to work with as NRG push for another equaliser here. He decides not to go off the ceiling, plays a brilliant drop down pass over to Garrett, and on the follow-up, Tara Pulser puts it in. NRG do get that equaliser. It's a great decision from Justin not to go off the ceiling there and jump off the wall, and this is a perfect infield pass. Nobody coming off the passing lane for G2. I said if G2 are going to have to win this series, they have to find a way to stop Justin and Garrett linking up here. They weren't able to at this point. Unlucky from Garrett, that shot just high, but Chicago and Jnaps stranded in net. Garrett looking for bumps here, and Tara Pulser coming in, beats Jnaps to the ball, shoots it perfectly behind Chicago, and NRG for a second time here in Game 6 equalise. NRG now, after all their hard work, getting equalisers in this Game 6, and now pushing forward, trying to find the goal that would put them in front here as Garrett bounces it round off the back wall, gets back up, looking for the double touch. It's not going to go in, but on the follow-up, Justin slams this ball home. Brilliant play here by Garrett, rolling it around, then gets up early before anyone else hits it off the back wall, looking for a double touch. It's just bouncing down there off the crossbar on the goal line. Players jumping at it, not knowing what's happening, really absolute chaos, but Justin eventually comes in, just slamming that ball home. That is all about the wonderful play from Garrett though. Players from G2 just too slow, and Garrett just so quick to the ball, getting that ball on net all by himself. It's a wonderful solo play, and NRG make it 3-2. this ball now just bouncing in front of the G2 goal. The clock has hit 0 seconds, so NRG, having just seen this game out, now just needed to touch the floor here to seal their win and send us to game 7 here. But Janup's trying to keep it up, carries it round the wall, but Taraposa picks a great infield pass over to Justin. They rub salt in the wounds here of G2. Janup's trying to keep it up so G2 could look for an equaliser, but Taraposa thinks, I know, I can just play an infield pass after tackling him here and get another goal for our team. Exactly the right mentality you want to see. And it's a great infield pass over to Justin. Chicago nowhere near getting to that ball, and Justin just keeping it off the ground there, rubbing salt in the wound of G2 as he makes it 4-2. NRG take game 6, and we're going to game 7. We're into this game 7 now. Just under 3 minutes 30 left to go, and the first goal going to be so crucial here between these two teams. G2 when scoring first don't normally lose, but they did in that game 6, so we'll see what happens here. The ball in the midfield, picked up by James. The demo from Chicago opening up the net, and Rizzo coming in, puts this one home. G2 striking first here in this game 7. It's great play by James, dodging that demo from Garrett, then gets a great 50 with Justin, but Chicago taking Taraposa off the field is the main route to the success of this goal. Such a clever play, just coming in behind here and opening up the space, so once this ball 50s round, it allows Rizzo to go for it completely unchallenged, just put it on net. Garrett can't get the block, and it's G2 that strike first in game 7. Just under a minute left to go now, and NRG pushing for this equaliser here as Taraposa looks to carry it downfield, but it's taken away by Chicago. A missed touch from Garrett, and Janux will roll this ball in, doubling G2's advantage here, making life so much more difficult for NRG. Garrett, so experienced, this is so unlike him, usually such a great performer in the big moments here, but that missed touch under the pressure from Chicago allows Janux the free shot, and Justin, not expecting it, having a complete mare on the goal line, can't get round to this ball. He tries to reverse his car around, but it rolls off the post and goes in there, perfectly placed by Janaps. A great shot, capitalising on the mistake from Garrett. G2 won't get how that second goal came, but they got it, and it's 2-0. NRG have it all to do now with just 15 seconds left as Taraposa and Garrett looking to push this ball in the G2 back corner here. Garrett takes a 50 of Rizzo. Janabs downfield over to Chicago on their counter attack. This one will go straight in, seal the game here for G2. Brilliant play by Janab. Chicago already getting on his bike downfield at this point, realizing that they're going to have an opportunity on the counter. Gets up so early, beats Justin to this ball, air rolling into it perfectly, putting it out of the reach of Tarbo, stealing the game here for G2. G2 were absolutely destroyed by NRG in those first two matches, but they were just trying to play the counter style. Once they changed their style up and went back to how they play Rocket League, they didn't look back, just took full control of this series, only losing that game 6, which they were very unlucky to lose, but absolute dominance after that. They move on to the final to play the winner of Space Station and Ghost. NRG are out of the regional playoffs. That they've won it 6 times, so this is very unusual territory for them. You don't normally see them go out at this stage, but they played some very good Rocket League, destroyed the Sonics earlier on in the day, but it's just this G2 team just too much for them to handle. They showed up after game 2 and never looked back, but well done to G2. They take the series win here in a very close series, going 7 games, 4 games to 3. Right guys, thank you very much for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. I also hope that you keep tuning into these videos, as these will be the final few videos for a while until the promotion/relegation playoffs in 2 weeks' time. But I'll see you guys tomorrow.